Another global trade deal, this one worth over 17 billion quid, signed by International Trade Secretary Liz Truss. And we're starting to see something really interesting happening now. We're seeing a lot of deals being signed, and we're also seeing another clear example of what the UK can do outside of the EU as an independent country representing itself on the world stage. Going to bring you all the very latest in this report, guys, as ever, but please start off by hitting the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss future reports. And of course, if you want to support my work, if you appreciate these video reports, do hit that join button. I'll put a link in the top pinned comment. Do check that out. Would really appreciate your support. And of course, you get the supporters badge next to your name as well. Now, right, let's get into this. So I want to give a shout out to Don Welsh of the Policy Exchange, who really highlighted something today. He said, some good news. The UK signs continuity trade deal with Singapore, with Vietnam to follow shortly. I'm going to get a bit more onto that in a bit. But he says Singapore is 1.2% of UK trade, Vietnam 0.4%. UK has now rolled over 85% of the trade covered by EU FTAs. And as he points out, that now means that the UK has pretty much done all of the important rollovers, other than Turkey, dependent on the outcome of the EU talks, and Mexico. Now, I know this is going to make some hardline Remainers incredibly sad. They're such negative people. Do you remember when they said, where are the deals? Where are the deals? You're not going to get any deals. And then they go very quiet. And then they say, oh no, these deals don't mean anything. They're all the wrong deals. They're negative. They don't count for anything. These people were sort of terminally negative. But the fact is that Liz Truss is going out there and she's securing these deals that we can do as an independent country. The idea that these deals had to be done on our behalf by the European Union is such a ridiculous, backward way of thinking. It really does expose the lack of faith in this country from some of those hardliners who are still deeply, it seems, negative, pessimistic, with nothing positive to say. Well, you certainly won't get that on this channel, so you can ignore those people. But look, here's what Liz Truss herself has said. Today I signed a deal with Singapore covering £17.6 billion of trade. The second biggest agreement we've signed in Asia Pacific. It secures certainty for business, means deeper future ties in digital and services trade, and is further proof we can succeed as an independent trading nation. Well, I've always known that we can. We're an amazing country. It's a shame that some still want to sit on the sidelines and slag off all of these deals. This is great stuff. But it gets even better, guys. I'm spoiling you today. Two other developments I really think you need to know about. Liz Truss again yesterday saying we've just signed the UK-Canada trade continuity agreement. This deal with our historic friend and ally means certainty for jobs and industries, a springboard for a new, more advanced trade deal, one step closer to joining the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And of course, we were told, weren't we? No one's going to want to do these deals with you outside of the EU. No one's going to want to do them. They're going to take years. Well, they've gone very quiet, haven't they? Further detail on this, the signing comes after both countries, of course, last month announced an agreement in principle to roll over current trading arrangements and begin negotiations on a new bespoke, that sounds good, doesn't it? Bespoke UK-Canada trade deal in 2021. Today's agreement gives certainty for UK businesses exporting goods and services to Canada worth $11.4 billion. The trade deal supports British industries, including automotive, manufacturing, and food and drink, which between them provide jobs for more than 500,000 people in the UK. International Trade Secretary Liz Truss saying about this is a brilliant deal for global Britain. It secures £20 billion worth of trade with a friend and ally that shares our commitment to free enterprise, democracy and trade. And by the way, it's funny how these deals can get done quite rapidly when you don't have the other side trying to sign you up to a level playing field and all the rest of it. She went on to say it provides certainty for car and food and drink exporters in particular, and paves the way for a more advanced deal that goes further and faster in modern areas like digital and data, women's economic empowerment and the environment. The deal also takes us closer to joining the Trans-Pacific Partnership, Truss said, a high standards agreement of 11 dynamic Pacific nations. Membership would deepen the market access for our businesses, help turn us into a global hub for tech and services trade, and strengthen the global consensus for rules-based free trade. That's Liz Truss commenting on that there. But another development, and this one's really interesting. UK announces new approach on US tariffs. The UK set out an independent That's the key word, isn't it, with all this? Independent approach to the long-standing trade conflicts between the EU and the US around steel, aluminium and aerospace tariffs. The UK is announcing to defend the UK steel industry. International Trade Secretary Liz Truss is rolling over tariffs in response to the unjustified Section 232 tariffs imposed by the US on aluminium and steel imports. These tariffs will continue from the 1st of January when the UK becomes an independent trading nation once again. The Department for International Trade will launch a consultation to ensure these tariffs are shaped to the UK interest and tailored to the UK economy based on evidence and input from key stakeholders. Details of the scope and timing of the consultation will be confirmed. In parallel, the UK government is suspending retaliatory tariffs resulting from the Boeing dispute in an effort to bring the US towards a reasonable settlement and show that the UK is serious about reaching a negotiated outcome. The government reserves the right to impose tariffs at any point if satisfactory progress towards an agreeable settlement is not made. The twin announcements are part of the government's strategy to de-escalate trade tensions so the US and the UK can move forward to the next phase of their trading relationship and ultimately draw a line under a dispute that harms industry on both sides of the Atlantic. International Trade Secretary Liz Truss said, as an independent trading nation once again, we finally have the ability to shape these tariffs to our interests and our economy and to stand up for UK business. This is all stuff that we're doing outside of the EU, and of course, thinking about the EU negotiations with the EU, stark contrast, isn't it? They want restrictions, a level playing field, the common status quo on fisheries, trying to entangle us forever. When in reality, this country needs to break free, take full competitive advantage and do global trade deals around the world in the national interest. And the great thing about being independent, of course, is that if these deals, and taking back control, is that if these deals aren't in the national interest, we should always walk away. And I hope the government take that on board when it comes to the Brexit negotiations with the European Union. Let me know what you make of all of these announcements, guys. As I say, Singapore, Canada, and related to a new approach on US tariffs. Let me know what you make of all of this. And of course, if you have enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful and informative, please give this video a big thumbs up. We'd really appreciate that. And of course, you can support my work by hitting the join button. See the link in the top pinned comment to become a supporter, to become a member of the channel. Going to be doing more supporter readouts, etc. And of course, guys, as ever, thank you so much for watching.